I don't know where my head should go, but that's okay. Okay, slash marker F123. I'm very excited today. In fact, well, let me just start by saying we're playing F123 today to celebrate the fact that it is 40% off for approximately the next week. Exclamation point F123. Go check it out for yourself. While I'm in the midst of saying this, good point, I will change my category to F1 2023. And I will also show this. A lot of people think NL doesn't know sports, okay? Would a man who doesn't know sports have one of these bad boys right here? A Logitech G29 steering wheel and pedal setup. And here's the thing. You guys know I'm like Batman. I'm unbeatable with preparation. I took about 25 minutes last night. Found my wheel, because we moved, so it was in a different location, set it all up, tested it, and I would say I ran 20 laps of the F1 circuit in Montreal. I had one successful lap. I didn't crash on every lap, but I did cut a couple of curbs, but it's the way of the world, man. You got to be cutting curbs sometimes. No racing authority is going to tell me how to play the game, okay? The one thing I will say is that I am not, and you could be as mad as you want to be about this. At the end of the day, I'm Canadian, okay? I don't know how to shift gears. So I am driving in automatic. And if that bothers you, then just take your superiority complex and shove it, okay? Anyway, again, F123 on sale, 40% off. I played a bunch of F121. We actually played a lot with Mouth. The Breaking Point career mode allows you the opportunity to get placed onto an F1 team. You know what? Why don't we just give it a try? Play a story-based experience following the drivers of a new team on the grid. I feel like being Lando Norris in F1 2023 is like being me on the Peloton, because he is also a streamer. He's a fan favorite. Everybody's gunning for him. It must be hard, you know? People pass Valtteri Bottas and they say, hey guys, Pog, I just passed Valtteri Bottas. People pass Lando Norris, they go, oh, I just passed Lando Norris, everybody, slash moment. So like, that being said, my main goal right now is to pass Lando Norris. And F1 is a game of inches. It's a game of hundredths of a second, thousands of a second. We're just going to try to claw back a little bit of this space, bit by bit. How do you know all the names? I followed F1. Like a lot of people, I got into it after the first season of Drive to Survive on Netflix. And I played 2 years of the games and enjoyed myself immensely, as I am enjoying myself right now. It's actually the genesis for having purchased the wheel in the first place. What have I done? I've activated my in-flight computer. Please turn this off. Get it off of my screen, please. Thank you. Now, why have I not watched as much F1 recently? PST is kind of a tough time zone for F1. A lot of the races, I understand there's like, there's a Canadian race. There is a Vegas race now, which is actually in my time zone. But a lot of the races take place at like 4 in the morning my time. Now, even though it is a Sunday, that's just a tough ask, especially considering that when I got into the sport, we had a newborn baby. But that doesn't mean I don't have an ambient awareness of what's going on, okay? Whoops, I glanced. Problem with F1 is one guy wins everything. Yeah, but you know what's crazy? The season that I watched, people had exactly the same complaint. But the 5 laps of fuel, understood. There's only 4 laps remaining in the race. I'd like to congratulate my pit crew. They did an amazing job with their planning for fuel consumption. The thing is, it was 2 different guys. When I was watching, people were like, oh, snooze, Lewis Hamilton, one of the greatest of all time. Oh, I hate seeing a legend be rewarded. Now it's Max Verstappen. People are like, oh, young prodigy being rewarded. We hate to see it, man. No. It does just, you got to recognize greatness when you see it, man. You got to put some respect on their name. The same way you should put some respect on my name for moving up like 5 positions.
I'm losing power. Why am I losing power?
Somebody has hit me with a red shell. Oh, come on, man!
I'm sorry, Aiden. Pull over now, please. Pull over now. This is getting ridiculous.
And that's agonising for Jackson. Just a few laps left to go, and he's out of the Miami Grand Prix.
Aiden, you were glancing. Aiden, you were glancing. I wasn't glancing.
Confirmation as the car comes to a halt.
Aiden's out. Yep, engine problem, I'm afraid.
You know what?
Good job you got me.
This guy,
Don't push it too hard. We cannot
he put an EMP grenade into the underbody of my car. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
How's Devon doing?
F1 is mostly car difference. I don't know, man. I think if you put me in the Red Bull, I'd probably come 22nd. Actually, I would definitely die. In like a horrific accident. But if I somehow managed to finish the race going 20 kilometers an hour around the track, I would come in last for sure. There's only 20 drivers on the grid now. Man, the more things change, the more they stay the same. No, I'm not going to race against chat. You guys are going to destroy me. A lot of you live in Western Europe. There's a chance. Oh!
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
Incoming 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. I didn't exceed the track limits. I only drove on pavement.
McLaren have pulled it off. They've won in spectacular fashion here today. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I'm going to have to say that he was on 60 difficulty, Chris. This driver, to me, should be at least on 72. Now, here's what oh, yeah, he's shaking it off. Ha ha! Yes, sir!
Congratulations to the...
Now,
So let's review the driver's stats.
can somebody please tell me,
Takes over the lead of the drivers'
we did
championship.
indeed get the hottest lap. I think we already had the hottest lap. But can somebody tell me what the fastest lap time at the Saudi Arabia GP was in this season?
Ferrari continue to extend the gap at the
I guess
top
I'm
of the
basically
table.
asking you,
Meanwhile,
are we the
strongly
best to
ahead
ever
for
do
Red
it?
Bull this time out. Action.
169.420 is not a real
What's
answer.
next?
131.906? Holy cow, these guys are good, man. These guys are good. They are that good. I don't think I could succeed in a field where only like the best 20 drivers become, or the best 20 people become employed. Like how many people are in the NBA? 30 teams, 25-man roster. There's like, I can't do that math. It's like 800 people in the NBA. I don't even have a shot there. There's like 1.5 million streamers in my country alone. That's the kind of pool I need to have a chance. You also have to be wealthy to do this. I had a friend, his dad was into motorsport because he was British. So as a kid, he did go-kart racing. And I didn't know that go-kart racing was like the feeder league into Formula 20, which is the feeder league in the Formula 12, which is the feeder league in the Formula E, which is the feeder league in the Formula 2, etc., etc. And he was like, even in karting, like the level of dedication that some of the kids had, just inherited or imprinted by their parents was out of control. I was like, why didn't you pursue Formula 1? And he was like, just to get to the point where you might have a chance to get into Formula 1, you need to invest like tens of millions of dollars. It's like, oh, okay. You don't just get really good at go-karting and then you get drafted by like the Mercedes Junior Eagles or something like that. And then if you make the All-Star game 3 years in a row, there's like a Formula 1 draft where you come through and you're like, the 7th defenseman for a couple years. And I mean, of course you got to be rich to be in F1, right? They race in Monaco. I don't know if I'm conserving fuel, but I'm doing my best. Hey, dude, wide open spaces here, by the way. Are we in Australia? I was wondering why the toilet flushed anti-clockwise this morning. Hey, look what the heck, dude!
Engine off, engine off.
The dude is just slamming on the brakes out of nowhere in F1. I don't even know what I'm looking at with this camera angle here. He brake checked me. Keep your eyes on the road. Well, I just don't understand why he's slamming on the brakes in Formula One, dude. He was trying to let you pass because he was not on a fast lap. Maybe he should, go into the DMs or something. Hang on, I want to take me back a little bit here. I want to see this crash. Let's do some NTSB investigation here, okay? That is not enough time. This is where he hit the brakes. That is not enough time for me to be able to dodge him. That at the speeds in which we're traveling, this is like 1/8 of a second. I think that he should be I can't say in prison, but he should be on trial for murder right now. And look, he didn't even stop to see if I'm okay. Dude just went, oops, did anybody see that? And he's driving away. You weren't on the racing line? If I'm racing, whatever I'm on is the racing line, okay? I'll retire from the session. Anyway, I've had a great time playing F1 23 today. It is 40% off. That's a Herculean discount. Until, I believe, August the 30th. Check it out for yourself. Exclamation point F123. I love us. There's something about a sport, and maybe this sounds too villainous. By the way, thank you again for the sponsorship. There's something about a sport where, no disrespect to America, okay? But American sports are all about the underdog story. On any given Sunday, a plucky kid from the Midwest could beat the big bad New England Patriots or something like that, right? I love a ruthless meritocracy of European sport where, in the Premier League, whichever team did the best after 39 matches or 38 matches, there's no playoffs. They just won. They're the best team. Why would you do a best of one elimination bracket to determine who wins the Barclays Premier League? You just played 38 games. You know who the best team is. It's the team at the top of the table. I'm sorry to tell you, but if you're Yuki Tsunoda racing for AlphaTauri here, it's going to take a heck of a lot of stars to align for you to compete with Max Verstappen from Red Bull, okay? I got nothing against the meritocracy. I know, Europeans, I just gave you some props, okay? Try not to squander it by saying things like in the NHL they should have relegation. That North American sports don't work like that. The league would fold because it's not that European sports are not all about money, but North American sports are exclusively about money. I don't care if the Canucks get demoted. I'm just saying who's driving out to Utica to see the Utica Comets play in their 800-person arena. The gate receipts are going to be so low, they're going to have to lower the salary cap to $17,000 a year. I do think it's funny, though, when big Premier League teams get relegated. And then you've got, Sunderland playing in Division 8 football in a 50,000-person stadium. Utica! So true, so true.
Are you reeling in the years? Suck it away the time. Are you changing your gears? Have you had enough of diddle 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 diddle. You guys like Steely Dan?